and welcome to this edition of Take It From Tara. It's Monday, and we are so happy to be here. October the 7th, what a beautiful day this has been, and Clint Ackerman is our wonderful musical guest. We have a great show today. It's sponsored by the Magnuson Effort to Combat Human Trafficking and the Bravo team of Rodan and Fields, along with our friends from Frankfurt Avenue Business Association, Eternal Health Yoga. So thanks to Clint for returning. I missed him one week when I was out of the area, and he was here playing, so I asked him to please come back so I could enjoy his beautiful music. Shannon Favre is here on the law with breaking news on the same-sex case that she's handling, and we're going to be getting it to you first. Kim Torres and Sandy Griffin with Art from the Heart. Chris Hartman and Fairness Over Louisville and our friends from Eternal Health Yoga all coming up this hour. And first, what's it like to live in a kennel without a forever home? Paula Sparrow is here from Tyson's Chance to tell us how she plans to find out. And you have a beautiful guest with you. This is Boss Man.
This is Boss Man, very special dog that lives at Tyson's Chance, who specializes in rehabbing dogs with problem behaviors. We do a lot of pit bulls. He doesn't have any problem behaviors. He's just a dog without a home. He's been a shelter dog for a year and a half.
That stinks.
That really stinks.
I don't like that.
It's inexcusable.
It is.
It's time for somebody to step up and take this dog, give him a home, a bed, and a couch to sleep on.
He's looking at the microphone stand as if it were a fire hydrant, so let's hope for the best on that one. But Boss Man is beautiful.
On the way over here.
So tell me a little bit about this particular dog. Where did he come from? And I know he's part of Tyson's Chance, but where did he come from before that? Because he was a little bit unruly, I understand, when Ashley got him.
He was a county shelter dog. That's where I first met him. And he was never a poorly behaved dog, but he was simply unsocialized and uncivilized. He got in a bad way at the shelter, and I feared for his life. So I pulled him from the shelter, brought him to Tyson's Chance, and started training him. I thought, if he's going to be an adoptable dog, he's got to have some manners on him.
And he does have beautiful manners. He's greeted every person in this room with great love and compassion, and now he's just lying down, chilling out. This is one of those big, terrible, dangerous, giant pit bull, whatever you call him, bulldog mixes that, you know, are always in the news, and he has not met anyone who's not his best friend so far today.
He's a poster child for pits. This is how most pit bulls are, believe it or not.
Well, that's absolutely true, and that's why I was being very sarcastic when I said that. I'm so pleased. I just did an event for Slugger City Rescue, and we had a great event on Sunday, even though it rained. And then the week before that, we had Bark in the Park, and, you know, I'm friends with Saving Sunny, and so many of the rescues are overwhelmed with pit mixes and pits.
This is why I wanted to do this, because everybody's full, everybody's got dogs that need to be rehomed, and I thought, what can I do to direct attention to one particular dog out of the thousands?
And you're going to move in with him for the weekend.
I am.
That's what you're going to do.
This Friday at 5 o'clock.
Can you believe that?
This Friday at 5 o'clock, I'm packing a bag, and I am moving in with Boss in his kennel at Tyson's Chance in Shelbyville, and I'm going to live with him for 48 hours. When he potties, I potty. And
when he eats, you eat.
When he walks, I walk.
And when you get flea and tick treatment, he gets it.
I'll be tested for heartworm also.
That's always a good thing. And the purpose of this, obviously, is to draw attention to Boss, to this special dog, and to see if we can find him a forever home. But there are so many dogs. Tyson's Chance has several dozen right now in the kennels, in the fosters, and Ashley Shelburne is such a fantastic mom, and she does such good work. So we want to not only bring the attention to Boss, but we want to bring the attention to Tyson's Chance in Shelbyville as well.
This is not my first time working with Ashley Shelburne, and that's why I brought Boss Man to her, because she does incredible, marvelous work, and I've watched her turn dogs around, dogs I wouldn't touch.
Yes.
And she has turned them into loving, adoptable dogs. He's much happier at Tyson's
Absolutely.
Chance, and I love volunteering there.
Well, and I've witnessed her walk through the kennels, and every dog, big, bad as they may be, loves her and respects her, and she handles them all with such, I don't know, finesse is the only word I can use, because so many people shy away from big dogs and the ones that they think are scary, and she just loves them all as if they were Shih Tzus or Pomeranians.
Absolutely.
And it's amazing the difference that she does make in a dog's life. So what she's done so far and what you've done so far with Boss Man is just incredible. And this weekend, the opportunity is for you to visit, and we encourage all of our friends in the media to cover this spectacular event, because how often do you get to see a woman living in a cage with a dog? Now, I I have to say, it's not a small dog crate. It's an actual kennel, and it's an actual cage. So it's about 6 feet tall. You'll be able to stand up.
I can stand up, and if I go a little diagonally, I might be able to stretch out to sleep.
Well, he's going to cuddle into you anyway.
Oh, Lord, yes. We're going to have a lot of togetherness.
But I think the cool thing about this is she's going to be on his routine. So Paul is going to stay with Boss Man throughout the entire episode of walking, pottying, eating, sleeping, and everything else. And media, you guys get out there, take your cameras, get some video. It's going to be great to promote not only Tyson's Chance and their wonderful work, but also the work that Paula does. Paula Sparrow is her name, and TysonsChance.com is the website. Here are a couple of numbers, 633-4944 or 321-7074, and those are both 502 area codes. And we really want you to start coming in at 5 o'clock on Friday. When are you going to exit the cage?
5 o'clock Sunday.
Okay, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you guys in the news have a great opportunity to have some wonderful kickers for the weekend, and you definitely are going to want to give the attention to Boss Man, and hopefully we're going to find a forever home. So we encourage everybody who's listening, everybody who's watching, to get out and meet Boss Man and meet Paula. And there are so many dogs to choose from in this city. Tyson's Chance has a good number of them, and we would love you to have the opportunity to take Boss Man home.
And if you do come see him and adopt him before 5 o'clock Sunday, that means I can get out quicker.
We might make her stay for the duration since you've committed to 48 hours, Paula. No, that's fantastic. So the quicker he gets a home, the quicker Paula gets back to her home, and that's the cool thing. Thank you so much for participating in Slugger City Bully Buddies event this weekend.
Thank you for having us, and thank you for being such a wonderful advocate for the animals.
Oh, my gosh. We here at Crescent Hill Radio, from Kathy Weisbach all the way down to me, are huge advocates for animals, and we love to be able to promote the work that you do, and we love to be able to have our animal guests in the studios every single week. So thank you so much, Paula.
Thank you. I may be back with another dog someday.
Yes, you will, and I will invite you to come back anytime you want. Keep in touch with me on Facebook. And Boss Man, where are you?
Wake up, baby.
He's asleep. I love you, Boss Man.
He's a hangout dog.
We'll try to come out to Shelbyville and see you this weekend, okay?
That would be wonderful.
Maybe I'll bring one of my millions of puppies that love to come and visit. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, Clint Ackerman, I'd like something that gives Paula some enthusiasm and support in her effort to create what the life of a dog is really like for the weekend. What are you going to play for us? It can be anything.
Okay. Well, the first one I had up is it's called Split the Scene. So
see, you're going to split the scene on Sunday at 5.
New original. So.
There you go. All right, Clint Ackerman, ladies and gentlemen.
If I could lie beneath the stars and wrap myself in dreams of you, warmth and comfort, astral weeks, a moment known forever true. If I stopped lying to myself and let the words come as they may, pain and love and mystery are always known and always stay. Split the scene, split the sky, lay me down and let me fly. Bring the joy so I can cry. Calm my soul, light my eyes. So all this time I think you knew why I stumbled, could not find. The hands were there to grasp, but I was oh so numb and blind. If I could lie beneath the stars and wrap myself in dreams of you, warmth and comfort, astral weeks, a moment known forever true. Split the scene, split the sky, lay me down and let me fly. Bring the joy so I can cry. Calm my soul, light my eyes.
What a sweet song. Did you write that?
I did. That's a newer original, so...
That's pretty cool. I really like that. Thank you very much. That was very, very enjoyable. So I need to know, Shannon Favre, what the breaking news is, because as soon as you walked in the door, you said, I have breaking news for you. I said, what is the breaking news? And it is pretty darned exciting. So I'd like you to announce for us what is happening with the same-sex marriage case that you're handling in the state of Kentucky.
Okay. Well, I have to do this part first. A couple weeks ago, we merged the two cases together. So the two cases got married, and they're now here in Louisville.
Amazing.
So which means we'll have one decision instead of having two different decisions, which is what could have happened So hopefully we won't need to go to higher court because we had 2 different decisions that would have kicked it to a higher court faster.
Okay.
But what just happened right before I came was we got an email from the judge's office. We're having a teleconference with all the attorneys on the case.
That's a big improvement over the
Yes.
last news.
Yes.
Okay, give us a rundown from the beginning so that everybody who's just coming into this story understands what, first of all, what you do. You're an attorney.
Yes.
And you are handling for these couples a very large debate that goes on in the state of Kentucky. Tell us about it.
Okay. We have 4 couples that we're representing right now. They've all been married in either their states or other countries. But since Kentucky doesn't recognize their marriage, their marriage is not recognized here for state taxes. It is for federal taxes now.
Interesting. Why the difference between federal and state taxes? I don't understand that.
Well, the Supreme Court ruled that Section 3 of the Defense of Marriage Act was unconstitutional, which means that you can't treat people differently just because of the same sex as opposed to opposite sex couples. If they're married for federal purposes.
Interesting.
Yes, but as of right now, only 13 states and the District of Columbia will allow you to get married if you're a same-sex couple. And only the District of Columbia will let you get divorced there if you don't already live there.
Wow.
And they had changed the rule for that because most places you have to live there to be divorced.
Okay, so tell us about the impact of these things that are happening on these 2 particular couples. You just said
Actually, 2 cases.
there
It's
are
4
2
couples.
cases. Four couples.
That's
Sorry
okay.
about that. They all got married?
Well, not 2.
I know,
The
not
8 of
to
them did
each
not
other.
get married to each other, no.
Yes,
the
I
4
get it.
couples were already married in other jurisdictions.
Awesome.
And most of them have been together they've all been together for longer than my marriage lasted. But one of the couples is old
Didn't you
enough
just go on vacation with your ex-husband?
No, I said I just got rid of my ex-husband.
Oh, you just got rid of your ex-husband and
why I
went to
went on
Jamaica,
Yes.
which is why you went on vacation.
Yes.
I like that better.
Yes, that was
okay,
much
very
better.
good. Okay, so we've established that you have gotten rid of your ex-husband. You've just come back from vacation literally hours ago.
Yes.
And 5 minutes before you walked in, you got this update.
Yes.
And what impact is it going to have on these couples?
Well, it will give us a timeline for what's going to happen next.
Okay.
Because they kept asking, as we all would like to know how long it's going to take. It's up to the judge. The judge can make it a short timeline, like we could have hearings next week. I don't think that's going to happen. Or it could be next year. It's up to the judge. But Ohio...
Yeah, short timeline in a judge's mind may not be what a short timeline is in our minds.
Now, Ohio has actually ruled on this already twice.
Really?
Because both of the couples in those cases, one of them was dying. So there was something imminent going on. They had to rule, so they had hearings the next day after they filed a lawsuit. All of our couples, luckily, are healthy and fine. There's nothing specifically damaging to them right this moment. They all have issues.
But does the Ohio case give you standing?
Not exactly. If it had gone to a higher court, it does, because
Okay.
we're in the same federal jurisdiction.
Okay.
But it's not binding on us, but it is precedent. So our judge can go, oh, look, well, Ohio did this.
You may not have standing, but you have precedent.
Yes.
I like that.
As opposed to Indiana, which is a completely different jurisdiction, so we don't really care what they do over there as far as that goes.
Did you hear that? Indiana, Shannon doesn't care what you do.
Yes, not federally. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, good. Well, this is all very encouraging news.
Yes.
I think one of the nicest things that I've heard about this case is the fact that you are handling this case pro bono.
Yes.
Which means for free in Latin.
The other attorney in my office, Don Elliott, and myself are doing this. This is what we're doing on the weekends, pretty much, is working on these cases.
Why?
For me or in general? I can
Yeah.
tell you Don's reasoning, too.
Yeah,
But
why?
for both of us, as an attorney, you don't get a lot of chances to change people's lives. Well, that's not true. We change people's lives every day, but not on a bigger scale. We change individual lives. In this case, we could change everyone's life. All same-sex couples in Kentucky could then get married and
Absolutely.
then go forward, and that would be great.
That would have a huge impact on the state of fairness in Kentucky.
Yes.
And we happen to have Chris Hartman coming in a little bit later in the show to talk about fairness over Louisville, which
Very
should be
timely.
fun. Yeah, it is very timely, and I love the fact that he's going to be here to talk about this great event. Okay, so let me ask you this question. What else does Favre Law Office provide as far as services go? Because you guys are Frankfurt Avenue members
Yes.
of the Frankfurt Avenue Business Association. We appreciate all the wonderful things that you do. I know you guys support and sponsor,
Yes.
and you've been a big supporter of Take It From Tara.
Well, since I was on here last, I'm now the vice president of the Business Association also.
Well, congratulations,
Thank you.
Madam Vice President. Tell us about the law office's services that are offered.
Okay, we do family law. That's the other attorney. And we both do a little criminal law. I do mostly Social Security and bankruptcy.
Okay. Social Security and bankruptcy are huge. And you talked about Social Security once, and then you talked about bankruptcy, and it made my heart sick for people who have to go through that, because that's got to be one of the most challenging times of someone's life when they
Yes.
just don't have the money to make their bills.
And until the economy gets better, it's just going to keep happening. And also
Yes.
with the furlough, they're talking about shutting off the VA benefits. In a
Oh,
couple
that's
weeks.
wonderful. Let's go ahead and shut off the benefits for the people who've defended our country.
Right, because so they said the Social Security benefits will be ongoing if you've already gotten it, but they're slowing down the process for people applying because all the clerks are on furlough. But if you're a vet and you're getting benefits, they may cut those off in a week or so. So I don't
It just keeps getting worse.
I know. I don't expect the stalemate to last too much longer after that because too many vets in this country and their families.
Yes.
So that to go on for too much longer.
Yeah, well, one of my friends just went to Washington, D.C. this weekend to a shutdown city, so I'm not sure what they're going to be doing for entertainment, but hopefully they'll find something to do in Washington since everything is closed. And I don't know if you've noticed it, too, on Facebook particularly. There are pictures of national parks, and all of them say shut down.
Well, my mom went
shut down.
My mom was actually going to the Grand Canyon last week.
Not good.
Well, she was already out there.
The Grand Canyon is closed. We're so sorry.
Yes, you cannot go look at the Grand Canyon anymore.
Wow. Okay, so what I'd like to know from you is, first of all, how we can get in touch with you most expeditiously through your website.
Yes, it's favreLaw.com.
F-A-U-V-E-R, favreLaw.com.
Or you can go, well, you can call us, of course. It's 502-569-7710.
Wonderful.
Or we have a Facebook page, of course, but do not email me specific questions there. You can contact me there and I will call you back, but do not email me questions on the Facebook page.
Because?
Everybody can see them.
That's right. Or you could send a private message, right?
Yes, but I don't always check it. I check it like once a week.
I got it.
So I might miss it.
That makes perfect sense. And for instance, give us a general idea of if someone were going to be going through bankruptcy, what's it going to cost for a simple bankruptcy that doesn't have a tremendous number of implications?
Well, I don't charge more per creditor because I know some people do that. I think I'm the least expensive town. There may be less expensive people.
That's good.
I had to go through it when I got divorced, so I don't feel good taking people's money.
Right.
The court cost is $306. The court can let you pay that in a month after you file, but my fee is $700.
So you can basically declare bankruptcy for about $1,000.
Yes.
Which is much more reasonable than most places that you would see advertising.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's all good news. See, I can say these things about you and it doesn't cause a problem.
I can't.
Yeah, you're not supposed to toot your own horn, but Shannon Favre is one of the least expensive bankruptcy attorneys in town, and we appreciate the fact that you're offering those services. Mostly we appreciate the fact that you have donated your time to these significant same-sex cases because they will impact every gay and lesbian potential marriage in the state of Kentucky.
Yes.
What can we expect next? What's the next step? You just told us the judge had sent you the note that you're going to have a conference. That's awesome.
So we'll get the timeline. So I guess later this week I'll know what the timeline is. I'll know how quickly we're going to have a hearing, what the judge exactly wants us to come in and argue about, like what specific pieces. But the Attorney General's office has their own attorney now. They don't represent themselves either.
Good.
And the governor have their own attorney now. So I haven't talked to them yet. I was talking to the attorney for both of them before.
You are confabulating with some pretty significant people here, as they say in Wicked.
Well, my children don't. I thought it was kind of cool, but it was like a month ago. Now the kids are like, you're on TV all the time. You're on the radio
Isn't
all the
that
time.
wonderful?
Yes.
I love it. Having a famous friend, Shannon Favre of FavreLaw.com. You can check her out on Facebook, but don't send her messages on Facebook. Go ahead and email her and give us an email address.
It is Shannon@FavreLaw.com.
Easy.
And also, you'll love these. These pens are everywhere, all over town.
Pens.
Yes.
I love it. And they're going to be really worth money when you make this landmark case go through and gays and lesbians can get married and have all of the equal benefits of the law. Yes. And thank you for your part in doing that.
Okay.
We're very proud of you. Thank you very much to Shannon Favre. We're going to be back in just a second with Darcy Freeland from Eternal Health Yoga. First, Clint, do you have another song for us?
I do.
What is it? Does it have anything to do with same-sex marriage by any chance?
No.
What's it called?
It's called A Butterfly's Wings.
Okay, I can make it about same-sex marriage.
You can.
Things are changing.
Monarch butterflies are in passage, and they're going through this transition, and my good friend Kay Milam is producing a movie about them, and there's a constant change from the chrysalis to the monarch butterfly, and Shannon is enabling the change to occur in the way that gays and lesbians are treated in the state of Kentucky.
There you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
Perfect. A Butterfly's Wings, Clint Ackerman.
In the wee hours, in the manic hours, searching for something, searching for anything, I think I see a sign in the emptiness, in the wide, wide emptiness, grasping for substance, grasping for anything that I can claim as mine. It's there, then it's gone, but I know it was real. It's true, right or wrong, it is what I feel. And I refuse in that moment to believe that a butterfly's wings would change one single thing. Synchronicity, well, you know it has to be, and that butterfly will sing. That butterfly will sing. That butterfly will sing. In these latter days, in these waning, waning days, hungry for meaning, hungry for anything, I think I see a sign. In the emptiness, in the wide, wide emptiness, grasping for substance, grasping for anything that I can claim as mine. It's there, then it's gone, but I know it was real. It's true, right or wrong, it is what I feel. And I refuse in that moment to believe that a butterfly's wings could change one single thing. Synchronicity, well, you know it has to be, and that butterfly will sing. That butterfly will sing. That butterfly will sing.
I love that.
So it's also, there's an allusion to a Ray Bradbury story in there, tucked away
Wow.
a little bit if you're
like
a science
that.
fiction fan.
Oh,
so.
yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic. Thank you, Clint Ackerman, our musical guest for this week. Fantastic. Darcy Freeland is here from Eternal Health Yoga, and we're so glad to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Had to wait for your husband to get home to take care of the kiddos.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
And in your spare time, you teach awesome yoga classes at Eternal Health Yoga.
Well, thank you.
I know I've been in your classes and I haven't gotten to enough of them, and unfortunately because of the schedule, but I'm really working on making it a daily part of my life.
Good. Yes, that's what we hope everybody tries to do when they come to Eternal Health.
Absolutely. And it's been a huge help to me. And I really appreciate the fact that you guys have a variety of classes, Darcy, because you go from restorative yoga to hatha yoga to a flow type thing. Tell us a little bit about the class offerings.
We try to offer a variety of classes to accommodate the needs of everybody that attends Eternal Health. On our regular schedule, we have hatha, which is what you think of when you think of yoga.
A mix of things.
Yes. Asana, which is poses or and breathing techniques. And then you have vinyasa, which is a more rigorous practice.
Which I love. There are some
Yes.
pictures, too. They're absolutely gorgeous pictures of all of the different people who are practicing. What is that posture that we're in, Marichiasana?
Yes.
Which one? A,
That
B, C, or
is,
D?
I believe that is A.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's a tough posture to get into, but once you're there, you feel really, really good.
Yes.
And
that
you
is a
do
great
adjusting
posture.
when you're working with folks. We're some tree poses here.
Yes. We do try to do some adjustments. It just helps you to kind of further get into the pose a little bit more.
Well, it's a lovely studio as well. This is a challenging one.
That was a fun one I kind of threw in the vinyasa class just to push them a little bit more. You know, it pushes the flexibility as well as the balance at the same time.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's a nice studio. Is that you or your mom?
No,
Or who?
it's actually one of our students. That's Catherine Mapother.
She is beautiful.
Yes. So she is our cover model.
I love
for Eternal
that.
Health.
I thought
Yes.
it was either you or a young picture of Shelley.
No, neither
Amazing.
one of us.
Legs up the wall pose. What is this?
Viparita Karani.
Viparita Karani. I love that pose because it just makes you feel so comfortable. And you can see that there are little blankets underneath the hips, and it just kind of gives you a nice relaxed back, gets the blood flowing from those legs down to the heart. And what was the occasion where everybody was in white?
That was the end of our teacher training class last year.
Nice.
So
How many students do you have going through on a pretty regular basis? About 6 or 7?
On
8?
average, probably
1, 2,
closer
3, 4,
to
5,
8.
6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
And there's the
Yeah.
front of the studio.
The
It's
studio.
located right on Frankfurt Avenue and so easy to get to. And it's really, look at
There's
that.
Mom.
There's your mom. There's Shelley Carpenter, owner of Eternal Health Yoga. 424-3164, by the way. What posture is she doing right now?
Oh, that's a version of side plank.
Yeah, that's a tough one too. You got to put a lot of strength, and you have to really pull those muscles in and actually engage everything to be able to stay in that for a long time.
Yes.
That's a more advanced posture, but you're taught how to do the postures.
Yeah, from the first level up.
From beginning to end. Do you recommend that people come to a class for beginners, or do you teach everyone at different levels in the same class?
We recommend any level can come to Hatha or Yin. We ask that for Vinyasa, we don't care if you come, if you've never been, but it's a little easier if you've been to a few Hatha classes before, just because there's not as much instruction. Yeah,
it gives you a taste of it if you come into a Hatha class of all the different positions without having to move so quickly through them.
Yes.
But when you're in a Vinyasa class, you're actually moving from posture to posture fairly rapidly.
Right, and moving with the breath, so everything's done on an inhale and an exhale, and there's not as much explanation as you would in a Hatha.
Well, and you know, from my experience in yoga for about the last maybe 10 or 12 years, you can get so much out of every different type of yoga. You may come in thinking, I really want to work out, and yoga teachers say, no, it's not a workout. It's not like going to the gym.
Right.
But you can get your endorphins going, which are feel-good hormones that get, you know, a happiness about you. You can also find a tremendous amount of cardiovascular, and that's particularly in the Vinyasa.
In Vinyasa, yes, because like I said, with the Vinyasa, not only are you moving with the breath, but everything is connected, so there's not a lot of stopping. You're constantly moving.
Yeah, you can't really think too much about the poses.
No.
Then you get down to the restorative or the gentle yoga, which a lot of people need because our lives are so fast-paced.
Yes, it's just a nice time to kind of take for yourself, to just let everything go and just be there for that hour and a half and just kind of focus on you.
Well, that's the key, is just being, and we're always talking about being in the present. And a lot of 12-step groups and a lot of yoga teachers say the same thing over again. Just be here. Just be present. Be with the breath. Follow the breath. And it does take a tremendous amount of energy to live.
It does.
And to be able to just be sometimes takes away a lot of that pressure.
It does. And, you know, we do encourage that, and just to kind of let go. And people don't realize how hard it is just to turn off the chatter in the mind and just let it go and just give yourself this hour.
Yeah, it's all those voices in my head that I have a really hard time, you know, subliminating to the background and really making sure that they stop talking long enough for me to do my yoga classes. Give us an idea of schedules. You guys are pretty much in the morning and in the early evening.
Yes.
Late afternoon, early evening.
Monday through Friday, we have 9:15 in the morning.
Yes.
To 10:30.
That's my favorite time.
Yes, it's a great time to come. And then we have Monday through Thursday evening, 6:30 to 7:45. And we have weekend class Saturday at 11 and Sunday at 9:30.
Now, you did a community class this weekend, which I attended, which was great because it was free.
Yes.
So nice.
We do that because that's like our way of thanking the community for supporting us for these past 7.5 years. So
and
we
this
like
weekend you have a big open house, which will also incorporate some free classes.
Yes. October 12th, 9 to 12:30, and we'll have 2 free classes, one at 9:15 and one at 11. They are Hatha, so they are for all levels. There will be no Vinyasa in there. But yeah, it's just a good way for people to come and kind of check out what a EHY is all about and see what we're offering.
Well, I love it. I'm so grateful that you had the opportunity to come in. And how old are your kids?
I have one, and
Just
she's
one?
3.5.
No 4-legged kids?
Oh, I do have a 4-legged child.
See, I was including that.
Yes, Jack.
Yeah. Okay,
yes.
Jack. What is Jack?
Jack is a lab mix.
Oh, he must be cute. He would have loved to have met Boss Man.
I bet.
He just left just before you got here, and Boss Man is a great big pit, probably bulldog mix, and his foster mom is going to stay in a cage with him this weekend to show people what it's like to have to live in a cage.
That's interesting.
He's been in a shelter for over a year. Wow. That sucks.
That does.
Big time.
That
so
does.
we want to make sure that Boss Man gets adopted. So if he does get adopted, hopefully his owners will come to Eternal Health Yoga and celebrate with the open house.
That would be great.
Give us the details on the open house again.
Open house is Saturday, October 12th. 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. to 12:30.
Yes.
Everything will be on discount, including our intro special, which is for new students. It will be down to $30 for 30 days of yoga.
Really? $1 a day? Man, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
you pay $15 for a drop-in anyplace else.
Exactly. And we'll have light refreshments, and our teachers will be there, and it's just a good way to kind of spend your Saturday morning.
Elaborate on the light refreshments. That's always
There
the
will
part I
be
love.
food.
There will be food.
And tea.
And I love the fact that you guys have a wide variety of teas because the little boiling pot's always on.
Always on.
Makes so much fun.
Yes.
So Eternal Health Yoga, located on Frankfurt Avenue. What's the street address?
It is 3410 Frankfurt Avenue.
Okay.
We are right in between Witty's Party Supply and Tony Boomboss.
Yeah, and you share a house with another business, and it's
Making
a long,
waves.
Yeah, it's a long shotgun, so it's a beautiful practice studio with hardwood floors. All of the props are there.
Everything
You don't
we
have
need.
to bring anything except
No.
yourself in comfortable clothes.
Yeah.
You do yoga barefoot, and eternalhealthyoga.com is the website. You want to give us a contact number, Darcy?
It's 424-3164.
Very good. Thank you so much for coming in. Darcy Freeland, who is a
you.
very, very proud instructor of Eternal Health Yoga, and very glad to have you guys here with us. Look for this wonderful open house October 12th, which is this coming Saturday from 9 to 12:30. Learn about all of the aspects of yoga and everything else you could want to know. Plus, get a chance to work out, which will really be fun. 2 free classes, light refreshments. Teachers are going to be available to answer questions if you've ever wanted to know about yoga. Look
And
forward to
everything
seeing
on
you.
discount.
I'm going to come up.
You should.
I will.
Bring
Clint,
friends.
do you by any chance have any songs that have to do with yoga for us today?
You're killing me.
No, you have every song you have has already had a theme that's connected with one of our guests.
Here you go. This song is actually about being in the now.
Oh,
Is that not perfect?
It
I love it.
is.
Being present and being in the now. Clint Ackerman, he established his song list today for specifically my guests. Thank you, Clint. Clint Ackerman, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Does it really matter if we know the names of all the birds as they fly past, or the tree that grows outside the back door? I'm not sure I know anymore. Childhood memories are fading fast. The things I knew for certain are now gray, and the tree that grew outside our back door, I'm not sure it's there anymore. I will walk into the woods, I will sit upon this log, I will watch the water run until it's me, flowing free into the now, ever changing yet the same, and I will remember why I came. The northern cardinal calls out to his mate. The feeder's full again, and so they stay. My mother fed the birds and knew their names. Now I know them just the same, just the same. I will walk into the woods, I will sit upon this log, I will watch the water run until it's me, flowing free into the now, ever changing yet the same, and I will remember why I came. I will remember. I will remember. I will remember why I came.
Woo. Hey, can we do that one more time? Just do that last little bit.
Sure.
I want to harmonize with you. Ready?
I will remember. I will remember. I will remember why I came.
Okay. You have headphones. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. Clint Ackerman, ladies and gentlemen. And that was perfect. I love the fact that each one of the songs that you have chosen reflect on the guests that have just been interviewed. So this is going to be a real challenge for you. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Okay. You're going to just have to think of it while we're doing it. But this is Kim Torres. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you.
So glad to see you. Sandy Griffin and you have a wonderful art gallery called Art from the Heart Publishing, and I'd love to know how you decided to open a gallery in your home, because that's taking a big risk. You're bringing a lot of people into your private home and spreading the word about art.
I guess we are very trusting by nature.
Yes, you
for
must
one
be.
thing. Also very passionate about art, local art specifically.
Yes.
We have a huge heart for artists in general and supporting them and getting more money in their pockets, getting more of their work shown. So we started out with local art in the Highlands at our church, St. Andrew's in the Highlands.
I was
which you were
there.
a part of.
Yes, and I met you there. I think that was art for the what was it? Art for the dogs or art for the animals?
It was
art
for
the
Animal
animals.
Care Society.
Oh, right, and I loved
Right.
that.
And we raised a couple $1,000
Fantastic.
for that.
Yes.
And so that was kind of our first gallery because we didn't have resources to rent and open a space.
Sure.
So we took advantage of our church and kind of did a gallery there with quarterly art shows.
Wonderful.
And then about a year ago, we had the opportunity to move into a house in Butchertown.
How lovely.
And we realized we were smack dab in the middle of the new location for Tim Faulkner Gallery
Yes.
and the up-and-coming Nulu Arts District.
Yeah,
And
Nulu has exploded in the last couple of years.
so it's this little three-room shotgun house, 900 square feet, 300 square feet per room.
Love it.
And we decided to dedicate the front room to a monthly show. And
I
we're
love
on our
that.
9th show. And it is interesting for people to come into our home and they'll say, "You live here?" Yes.
Yes, we do.
This is,
And it's our art gallery,
this is
too.
our art gallery. This is our studio. This is our kitchen. These are our chickens in the backyard. These are our 2 dogs. And can I go in your kitchen? Yes.
Yeah, sure. Have some
go.
tea.
Yeah, but it's really interesting, and we've had nothing but positive experiences with
Great.
it.
Okay, Kathy's got some great pictures of some of the art, so I'd love you to tell me exactly what it is. And
Okay.
that's the type of art that you typically exhibit, too. I'd love to know a little bit
Sure.
more about that.
Well, we've had anything from photography to paintings. This was Becky LaCron's work. She was had an exhibit in May, and she's an oil and acrylic painter.
Love it.
And it was her first show. That's her mom and a guest at her show.
Cool.
Her mom was very proud. We often have artists that have not exhibited anywhere before.
Yeah, that's
and
nice.
so it's kind of a big deal.
Nice crowd, too.
Exactly.
So you look like you've got church pews in the middle of the living room.
We do.
I
which
like
actually
that.
came from a renovation at St. Andrew's, our church that we go to.
Very
We were able to
nice.
snag a couple
Aw.
pieces. This was in August. We had a student art show. We had students all summer, and so they got to display all of their photography.
Wonderful.
And actually, those are 2 little brothers of one of the students.
Very cute. So you're actually rehanging a new art show every month.
Every month, every first Friday, we open a new art show.
Oh, I like that. So it goes with the trolley hop.
It does.
Yeah.
And we're only a block from the stop at Barry Woolley Designs.
Yeah, excellent.
At Campbell in Maine.
Wonderful. What is this one?
This is actually a show we had on Butchertown, but it's interesting. These windows are very much like an exhibit we have up now. A few months ago, Sandy and I started putting our photography in these vintage window
That
frames.
is so clever. Where did you
And-
get the vintage window?
We sort of put out the call, and
windows, everyone.
they just started appearing, and a lot of our friends said, "Well, we'll bring you a few, but will you make one for us?" So we've kind of bartered
Yes, good.
art for supplies. We're
I
very
like that.
scrappy.
Good.
You have to be when you're
Yes,
an artist.
you
and
do.
You learn those things. This is actually the show that we have up right now, a little piece of it.
so nice.
It's all photography and vintage window frames. And we just this month started having a secondary exhibit in what we call the studio gallery, which is actually where we sleep, eat, live, work.
I like it.
And so this is work by Josh Lovelace,
Beautiful.
a good friend of mine. And and there's the poster for the current show that's up.
Yes, and that opened up on Friday, and it was a huge success. I understand the event, and you
Yes.
have events every single month. So the next one will be the first Friday. Ooh, that's a cool one.
That was Kate and John Sayal. I don't know if you heard about them.
I have heard about
They
them.
walked across the United States with their 2 therapy dogs.
Yes, and I love the fact that you're displaying their work.
Right. They actually had a map all around the room that showed mileage and elevation and all the people that they met and
How
pictures
incredible.
of themselves and their dogs. And it was a very inspiring exhibit. And also, they consider their walk a form of art.
Absolutely,
Not
it is.
just the exhibit that they did afterwards.
No
so
question
They were
about it.
fascinating.
I
Young
love
couple
that.
with a lot on the ball.
You are an artist yourself.
I am.
Tell me about your medium.
It's primarily photography, although I will dabble in anything pretty much because I just like to play. I mean, as an artist, my whole mode of being is kind of, I wonder what will happen if I do this.
Yes.
And that's the eternal question.
So do you do it on glass? Do you do
I
it
have
on wood?
painted on glass. I have painted on wood. I've put photography on glass. I've put photography on wood. I started out about 5 years ago, picked up a camera with a group of online friends, decided to do a project called Project 365. It was really popular.
Where you did a picture a day?
Exactly.
I like that.
And I had a point-and-shoot camera, and as the year went on, I got better and better and better, and I got more frustrated with the limitations of the point-and-shoot camera. I got a real camera.
Wow, good for you.
And then within 2 years, I considered myself a photographer.
Amazing.
It took me a little while to use the word artist to describe myself, but I'm pretty comfortable with it now.
You know, it's interesting. I just went down to Gallery Hertz this weekend. I don't know if you made it, but Richard Bram and John Nation had a fantastic exhibit of their photography. And, you know, both of them have been shooting for 30-something years.
Right.
And Richard is actually speaking at Gallery Hertz tonight at 7, and he's doing his Food for Thought Louisville Visual Art Association talk. There's so many wonderful artists in this town.
There are.
And I'm so glad to include you among those who have come on Take It From Tara and are a part of Crescent Hill Radio. And we really want to thank you for your support of all of the fantastic artists who are able to hang, you know, their presentations
Right.
in your home, literally.
Right.
And they may never get another opportunity to do that. They may not be able to afford to do that.
They may or may not. It's usually a big moment, and it pushes you forward as an artist to exhibit.
Yes.
And, you know, but I do like work. I love all artists everywhere, but I like working with the ones that, you know, go to their day jobs and struggle to have money for supplies
Yes.
and forage and scrap, and sometimes have some happy accidents as an artist just because you're working with whatever you have.
Yes.
Those are the ones that, you know, really are the people that Sandy and I are trying to connect with and support. And a big part of our gallery is that we do give 70% of the sale to the artist, which is
That's amazing.
a pretty high percentage.
Yes,
but
it
then
is.
again, it's in our home. We're not paying rent for another building or anything like that.
Amazing. And what kind of art does Sandy do?
She's also primarily a photographer, but she's actually a credentialed artist. She went to college to do that. I am completely uncredentialed.
Well, that's okay. You're still doing a good job.
I'm just doing what I love.
That's what you have to do.
No one gave me, you know, any kind of badge or anything that said artist. I just eventually got the chutzpah.
Let me present you with a pen from the Shannon Favre Law Office, and we will make you a badge that says
Thank you.
artist. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
I meant to give one to Darcy, too, and I forgot. But, gosh, she gave us all these pens, so we might as well make you a badge.
Sounds good.
I
That's
love
fantastic.
that. Well, tell us, when is the next event coming up? The first, November 5th?
That'll be a new show,
see.
but we have something going on every Friday night at our gallery.
You do?
Yes.
It's actually November 1st.
Right.
That's the first Friday of November. So
that'll
November
be
1st.
a new show. The show we have up now will have something every Friday night that you can stop in and see the artwork. And,
Awesome. What time?
7 to 11.
Okay, so every single Friday night, 4 hours worth of wonderful art. And is there a fee or a charge
There's
to get in?
no charge, and we usually have food and beverage.
Light refreshments,
Modest as it might be, we do have
as
some.
everyone says, light refreshments and adult beverages.
Yes.
Or bring your own adult beverages.
There are adult beverages.
There are. Good
Yes,
for you. Well,
there
that's
are.
very kind of you, and you're obviously forwarding the cause of art and artists. Now, how could artists get in touch with you if they're interested in, number one, displaying in the Art of the Heart, Art from the Heart Gallery?
Find me on Facebook.
Kim Torres, Torres.
Right. Art from
We're
the Heart
Facebook
Gallery.
friends.
We are.
And now we
are.
know each other personally as well.
You can give me a call, although I'm not prone to answering my phone. Texts are even better.
Good.
502-457-3864.
Or you can find her on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Art from the Heart Publishing. Find out how you can put your own wonderful art up in the gallery, or you can just come and visit every Friday night, 7 to 11.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
love that. You have a whole party of people, and it's just a good, fun time. How many people average come in on a Friday night, you think?
I'd say we've had them as low as 25 to 150.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
haven't figured it out yet, whether it's weather, what other events
Here, I have
are
another
going
pen.
on.
It's
Thank
okay.
you.
We'll just get that
What
one
other
later.
events are going on, you know, how many friends the artist has invited.
Wonderful.
But we're there, and we're happy to be there, and we're happy for whoever comes and shares the art with us.
Well, I love that, and I'm going to drop in on a Friday night and visit you.
That sounds great.
I love it. Thank you, Kim Torres, so
Thank
much.
you
And
so
Sandy
much.
Griffin, who could not be with us tonight, but facebook.com/Art from the Heart Publishing. And what's the street address on Washington?
902 East Washington.
902 East Washington. Come see the home gallery, and if you'd like to exhibit, talk to Kim about doing that. Thanks for being with us today. We want to hear what Clint has chosen for his Art from the Heart song.
No pressure, Clint.
Well, it's interesting. First of all, I have allergies and try to keep the frog. This is a song about the general struggle that I think all artists have, so it's called The Problem.
Oh, see, and Kim is one of the problem solvers, so thank you. That's perfect. And so is Clint. Clint Ackerman.
I've been trying to solve a problem, been doing some hard math in my head. What would it take to satisfy this need? Can I ever know what it's like to feel completed? We're all puzzles with pieces missing. Been looking everywhere for a fit. What would it take to fill in the picture? Can I ever know what it's like to finish it? There must be answers, some kind of understanding. Am I wrong in asking, or am I just too demanding? I've been taking some time off to try to work things out in my mind. Nothing ever really seems to satisfy this need. Can I ever know what it's like to unwind? We're all moving much too quickly, not getting anywhere but behind. Can't we just stop it all for a minute? Don't you ever wonder what we might find?
I love that. That actually has not only, significance for the problem, but it also has a lot of significance for being in the present for the yoga and dealing with all of these complicated things that we're dealing with the same-sex marriage. And now Chris Hartman is here to talk to us about fairness over Louisville. Hi,
yay.
darling.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you? You look absolutely fabulous as always.
You're kind.
Yes.
What city am I in today?
You're in Louisville today, and you've been traveling to cities all over Kentucky and elsewhere as well.
It's true.
Obviously promoting the cause of fairness, and I saw you and Shannon Favre out there having a high muckety-muck wizards conversation.
A
little strategy moment. Did you hear her good news?
I didn't. I wasn't in the studio to hear, but I do know.
You do know now. Yeah. That's excellent. Well, you are promoting a wonderful event, which is very exciting. And, before we do that, would you give me just a second?
Yeah.
I have totally gotten so wrapped up in my show that I have forgotten to promote the people who sponsor me.
You need to do that.
It's a terrible thing. But I'd like to thank the Magnuson effort to block human trafficking for their sponsorship of Take It From Tara first. Rodan and Fields skincare consultants pride themselves on changing faces and changing lives on a daily basis. Women and children are frequent potential victims of human traffickers associated with international criminal organizations. Vulnerable to false promises of job opportunities in other countries, many of those who accept these offers from what appear to be legitimate sources find their documents destroyed, their lives or the lives of their families threatened with harm, or bonded by a debt they have no chance of repaying. Human trafficking also includes persons who are trafficked into forced marriages, sweatshops, plantations, or domestic service. What can you do to stop these heinous practices? To learn more, visit humantrafficking.org, sponsored by the Magnuson effort to combat human trafficking. And now we will hear from Rodan and Fields, the Bravo team of Rodan and Fields, also sponsoring Take It From Tara. Rodan and Field's skincare consultants pride themselves on changing faces and changing lives on a daily basis. Two respected dermatologists, Dr. Katie Rodan and Dr. Kathy Fields, say that using their products is like visiting their office, but without the cost of seeing a dermatologist. At myrandf.com, you'll find helpful hints. Get a free skin analysis using the solution tool and discover Rodan and Field's seasonal skincare recommendations. For more information, Maureen Bravo, 407-810-4665. Email maureen.ruii@gmail.com. On the web at maureenbravo@myrandf.com. Thanks to the Magnuson effort to block human trafficking and the Team Bravo of Rodan and Fields, and we are so grateful to have them sponsoring Take It From Tara. You know how important that is, Chris?
Absolutely. I mean, we need our supporters in the world.
We do, and you have tons of them. And so back to Shannon Favre's same-sex law case. I mean, this is going to be groundbreaking for us in Kentucky.
Absolutely. And you know, this is what's happening across the nation right now. In the wake of the Supreme Court's decision, there are lots of windows of opportunity that have opened up to seek the same benefits that heterosexual married couples get in states where same-gender couples haven't been able to enjoy those rights. So we're very excited to see sort of the progress that's going to be made in Kentucky and in other states in the court system coming forward.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's interesting because I was recently having a discussion with someone about insurance. Mm-hmm. Heterosexual couples can get in insurance on another on their partners, their domestic partners' insurance without having to have an open enrollment period if there's a change of status, if they've lost their job, if they become very sick, whatever. Same-sex partners cannot. They have to wait for open enrollment. What's up with that?
You know, there are just so many aspects of relationships and relationship recognitions that folks don't realize, you know, that heterosexual couples end up taking for granted.
Yes.
You know, before the Supreme Court made their decisions, there were over 1,000 benefits that were automatically bestowed upon married couples that same-gender couples were unable to get, even if they were married in a state that recognized those marriages. So this is just one of the many ways in which we continue to sort of create two Americas. You know, we've got the second tier of citizens, and then we've got first-class citizens who get all of the rights automatically, and then unfortunately some of us have to fight for those same rights. And I'm
always interested in the definition of a domestic partner. Because, you know, sometimes it's people who are partners in life. Sometimes it's people who are not necessarily partners in life, but it could be someone who's living with you, who has a very close connection to you, who can't afford to have insurance, and you might be able to get them on that kind of an insurance plan. A relative, someone who desperately needs help. I mean, it's all different, too, for everyone.
It is all different. You know, we take Metro Louisville, for instance, where we've extended domestic partner benefits to city employees. Mayor Greg Fisher did that by executive order in 2011. And there's some criteria there. Like, typically you have to cohabitate for a certain period of time, usually about a year or so. Your finances have to be intertwined for maybe 9 months or something like that. So there's some criteria that, you know, that can point to a relationship. But until we get that marriage certificate, until, you know, that right there,
there's no real confirmation.
It's still not going to be completely equal.
What's up with you? Because we've been talking since you came in to talk about Vico, Kentucky, which was such a wonderful story. And I told you I heard about it on an airplane. A woman was from Vico, and I cracked up because I was like, 400 people there. What are the chances?
Well, yep.
What else is going on in fairness? And tell us about the plan after that for fairness over Louisville.
It's been an exciting time of growth. You know, we hadn't passed a fairness ordinance in a decade before Vico passed in January of this year.
Amazing.
And then just a month ago, another historic step, our state capital of Frankfort passed their own anti-discrimination ordinance. So these are just laws, again, that say you can't fire someone from their job, deny them a place to live, or kick them off a bus or out of a restaurant.
Which only makes sense.
If someone thinks they're LGBT. It would seem logical, but the state legislature seldom runs on logic, right?
This is true.
So that's why the cities are individually, like Louisville, Lexington, Covington, Vico, and now Frankfort have passed these local ordinances. And Moorhead, it looks like, is going to pass before the end of the year.
Excellent.
So they'll be next.
Excellent.
We will have doubled the number of fairness ordinances in a single year in Kentucky if that happens. And as part of that celebration, we're having Fairness Over Louisville, which is an annual cocktail party that we have, presented by Brown Forman Corporation with some sponsorship from 21C Museum Hotel.
See, he has sponsors too.
Got to do it. And they're wonderful because they've allowed us the opportunity to bring into town the mayor of Vico, Johnny Cummings, and police chief Tony Vaughn, both recently featured on the Colbert Report.
I love that.
And what so many folks are lauding as Colbert's best segment ever, this piece on LGBT LGBTQ fairness in Vico, Kentucky. So they're going to come in town. They'll be there to meet and greet with folks, sign autographs. You
will get to meet Stephen Colbert.
Well, not Colbert.
No, you don't think so? He'll just send somebody.
I don't think Colbert will come.
He might come.
But the
You
mayor
never
of
know.
Vico will be there.
I think he might be excited enough about this. I think he would find it interesting enough to feature it on his show.
To come on down.
Yeah,
to
I do.
feature it again. I mean, maybe. I think that.
Have you called Ellen?
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm not certain that I want Mayor Cummings and Police Chief Vaughn to get any more fame. Because
that's true.
They're already in negotiations for a reality show in Vico right now. So we're
that's
gonna have
hysterical.
to have a talk with them about that. But,
yeah, we should manage them.
But
actually.
it's exciting. So this will be Saturday, October the 19th.
It is.
The event's going to be at Whiskey Row Lofts down at 131 West Main Street.
Cool.
It's a suggested gift of $20, but
8 to 12.
We never turn anyone away from an event.
That's true. So Johnny Cummings and Police Chief Tony Vaughn are going to be here, and this is going to be fun. $20 suggested gift. First drinks on you.
That's right.
Additional support from 21C and Brown Foreman. We appreciate them for stepping up and doing what needs to be done, and we thank you for always chiming in, getting here just in the nick of time, kind of like Superman.
I wouldn't have missed it.
Here I come to save the day.
I'm a traveling.
That's Mighty Mouse.
Oh, that's Mighty Mouse. Well, it's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's okay.
Up and away.
Yes, Chris has an amazing ability to show up where he's most needed, and always thank you for showing up on Take It From Tara.
I will apparate at Take It From Tara whenever you like.
Or you can transport if you're a Trekkie.
That's
right. Apparate if you're a Harry Potter fan, transport if you're a Trekkie. Thank you, Chris, and I will hopefully see you on October the 19th. It was
awesome.
so much fun to see you. Okay, do we have a fairness song of any kind?
Put him on the spot.
What is it, Cliff?
Clint.
Cliff?
Cliff. That's okay. I have been called so much worse.
What is
the
it?
Clifton
John?
neighborhood.
John.
You can call me Tara, but just once.
Okay. Well, actually, can I share about an event that ties into everything?
I want to hear about it. What's the event?
Well, it's interesting. I'm actually going to be at Open Gallery on November 9th. And we're going to have it's going to be music and spoken word.
Fun.
It's going to be called Rephrasing the Question.
Okay, where is it?
And Open Gallery is on Floyd, right across from the big Louisville Cardinal Stadium.
Oh,
right,
cool.
Papa John's. It's right there. It's
Okay,
right
good.
If you're at the main entrance where they come and go,
yes.
It's right across the street.
Is it on Facebook?
It is.
Okay.
Open, yeah, under Open, just OPEN.
OPEN. I'll look it up right now so we know.
Floyd Street. And,
all right. Open, rephrase the question at Open Gallery. How easy is that?
Yeah. And,
fantastic.
And really what we're going for there is... as an artist and as what I see, a lot of these things that are going, almost everything we've talked about today, is that we're not even asking the right questions.
That's right.
We're not. We're searching for certain answers and things, and this is going to be a little bit of a persona change for me as well.
I like that.
It's going to be an electric show. It's going to be, a lot of people have seen me out doing this, which is what I tend to do, but this is going to be.
It's going to be Clint Ackerman plugged in.
Something totally.
Do that in a real deep voice.
Clint Ackerman plugged in.
That's it.
So I did want to talk about that a little bit, because it's
yes,
people that have come out to see me in various coffee shop formats and different things. This is not going to be that. This is going to be a little bit of anger and a little bit of frustration with the general sense of folks out there just kind of plugging away without really even plumbing the depths of the right kind of questions they should be asking.
Rephrase the question 7 to 10, Saturday, November the 9th, and that's going to be at Open Gallery, which is real close to the Slugger Field. So that's
not
awesome.
Slugger Field.
Not Slugger Field.
Papa John's Cardinal
Stadium. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Perfect. I love it.
So.
I love it, Cliff. Just kidding. So do we have a song to take Chris out?
I can just strum if you want me to strum.
No. What is your song choice?
Okay.
You can only play a minute, but I want to hear it.
Okay. All right. I will play The Afterglow. How's that?
There's an afterglow as Fairness Over Louisville is going to be taking place on October the 9th. Thank you to Chris Hartman. Appreciate you very much. Thanks, Clint. I love Clint Ackerman's music. Thank you so much. You can keep playing.
Okay.
Please keep playing. We want to thank all of our guests, including Clint Ackerman, plus Shannon Favre Law, Kim Torres and Sandy Griffin of Art from the Heart, Chris Hartman from Fairness Over Louisville, and Darcy Freeland from Eternal Health Yoga. You guys were great guests. Now, coming up on October 13th, great musical guests Tristan Brooke and Cameron Culbertson are going to be playing for us. I'm so excited to have them back because I got to visit with them when I hosted Christy's show. Christy Smallwood of Arkham Executives will be here, Kelly Torpy for the Art of Yoga, and Carly Jo Thomas from the Chopping Block Day Spa and Salon, plus a special animal guest. I can't wait. Make sure you check out our archives via our reinvented CrescentHillRadio.com website, SoundCloud, Ustream, and YouTube. And I will see you next Monday the 13th on Take It From Tara, 5 to 6 p.m. right here on Crescent Hill Radio. Thanks, Clint.
Thank you.